Okay, here's my Coptic Stitch Bali journal. Okay, so I made the journal. It's Coptic Stitch, just so you can see the stitching down here. And I did the patterns on the front, and this is covered with a plastic coating, just to keep it nice and safe. Okay, here's the cover. Trying to get all the patterns I've done are related to the Balinese or Indonesian batik designs. Okay, so here's the first page. You can see me and my sister here, and we started off in Seminyak, and this was the little Ivory Coast resort that we stayed in, and they had all these beautiful little gardens and urns of all the beautiful plants in Bali. Oh, and of course the Balinese day beds, which I really embraced. So this is a picture of the Ivory Coast, and the bedrooms are off either side here. And this is a little chick-chack, which is a little gecko that would make the little chick-chack noise that was crawling all around our rooms on the outside. Cutest little things. Okay, so one of the places we went to was called a restaurant called Sardines, and it was in this designer rice field. So you can see the rice field here in the evening. So I'm really quite pleased with this drawing because I've never done a nighttime drawing before. So yeah, so black background, drawn with a white pen, and then I went over it with my watercolour pencil. So yeah. Okay. This was the page that gave me the most trouble. There was a pattern behind here that I really didn't like, but when we left Seminyak, we went up to Ubud, and we went to this water temple there called Turta Temple. So these are some drawings of the carvings, and this is one of the carp in the carp pools. Great little picture, straight off my iPhone. Very pleased with that one, and hit a very nasty pattern. Okay, so here is the picture of the beautiful lily lake that was just outside our room. Just across here is the very edge of our room, our little outside porch there, and that led straight onto the water. I used to hang my little feet over into that water till I saw a great big water monitor lizard go past and decided that that wasn't a great idea. We spent a lot of time sitting there drawing and looking out over this, watching the water lilies open and close. Here is our breakfast. We had breakfast on the veranda at the restaurant, looking out over some more rice fields. Not quite as designer as the others, but more realistic. And it was great because they were harvesting as we were there. This is the little munia birds. There were just flocks of them all through the grass here, and they were just little gorgeous, all sorts of different colours. Oh, and some heliconias. Just love those tropical flowers. This was in the grounds of the resort, and these were doorways going off to little villas. So yeah, just love the gorgeous colours and the carvings. This is in Ubud, the Ubud Palace, and just some of the carvings that were beside one of the doorways, and of course the ubiquitous Bali dog. So this was a little palace dog. He had a collar on, so he was clearly owned. Seemed to have quite a good life. This is one of the temples. This was a private house where we went and did a cookery course, and that's the grandmother giving offerings to the gods. And this is another, these are nature temples, the male and the female nature temples, which in the countryside the family would give offerings to the nature gods, which were the original gods that the Balinese used to worship. This is a gorgeous bamboo bridge. I quite like the drawing, but it didn't quite capture it all, but it still gives you the feel. Beautiful work, and of course the little offerings. And this was beside the temple, a nice little offerings again. Oh, some more pattern, and these are some ducks in the rice terraces around the resort. Just really gorgeous. Just having been finished the harvest, and then they put the ducks in. The ducks would have a great fun getting the rest of the rice and chewing up all the bugs. Okay, so the rice terrace is something that I really missed seeing last time I was in Bali, and I really enjoyed this time. So tried to catch the vibrancy and the brightness of that tropical colour and just the feel of the wind and the terraces. On the way to the terraces, we went to this water temple, and these are some of the women from a village who were going there to give offerings, and these are the water serpents. They've got little cloth offerings around them because they don't like their statues to be naked, they like them to be clothed, so they feel that they're part of the family. This is life on the lily pond, so this is just a picture of some of the lilies or the lotuses that were opening and closing during the day, and of course the great big red dragonfly. This is a traditional rice storage that was in the traditional compounds where the families would live, and these were a sign of wealth. The more rice storage they had, the wealthier the family. These are the cafes. I think this is my favourite spread in the book. We really enjoyed all the limes, and the lime drinks were just fabulous there. This is a picture of one of the spas we went to. So it was Tuxu Spa, just gorgeous. It was down in a little valley, and with a creek running around it, so you can see the water and the stepping stones. Just beautiful. It's like a little hidden valley. It's a map of Bali that I did the Japanese waves around. So we were here in Seminyak, we went up to Ubud. Up here was the first water temple, and then when we went to the rice fields, we went all the way up north. This is where the dragons were, and then we went all the way out here to where the rice fields were. Yep, a great little trip. And that's the final page. This is just a picture of one of the stone walls at the water temple. Okay, hope you enjoyed my little tour of my Balinese travel journal.